To get notified of all new videos when they drop, and to help support the channel, smash that sub button and click the bell icon. If you haven't had a chance to check out my other gearing guides in this series, click the icon in the top right hand corner of your screen. Hello everyone, Taki here with my final gearing guide for Magic. On screen now is the overview of the guide. In the description box below there will be timestamps to everything I talk about, so feel free to skip to the sections that pertain to you. Let's get started. I want to take a quick moment to talk about some distinctions between tank and power armor. For the most part, it will always be advantageous to use power armor over tank armor, except in times where you cannot survive without damage reduction or cooldown resets. Tank armor can fill a role in your initial kills on bosses due to damage reduction, but once you are more comfortable, you should transition over to power armor for more DPS. Our first DPS set for Magic is a little bit different than the others. We have the full Lunar set that is unlocked after completing Lunar Diplomacy. This is going to be your base DPS set for Magic, and it's going to be useful for new players since it's free. It includes gear in all slots. In total, you will have 136 Magic bonus, and if you only include the core pieces of the outfit, you will have 72. From here, we're going to upgrade over to God Wars 1 armor, and we can use the Subjugation outfit for 8.5 mil. This is approximately a 20% bonus increase over using the Lunar set. This is useful for Slayer and low to high-end bossing. The Subjugation set includes an 87 magic bonus for the entire outfit, or 65 if you exclude boots and gloves. Up from tier 70 is the Anima Core of Saren set at 55.3 mil, and this requires 80 defense to use. This is approximately a 15% bonus increase over the core pieces of the Subjugation set. And one of the downsides of using this armor is its lack of a prayer or HP bonus. Anima Core of Saren includes a 75 magic bonus for the core pieces of the outfit. Also at tier 80 we have the Virtus set at 55.2 mil, and this requires 80 defense and 80 constitution to use. Virtus is a 13% increase over every part of the Subjugation set, and its stats are equivalent to Saren armor minus life points and prayer point bonuses. Virtus is a 99 magic bonus for the entire set, or 75 for the core elements of the set. With its high bonuses in HP, prayer, and magic, Virtus will last you for pretty much every boss encounter in Runescape. At tier 88 we move on to the Superior Zuriel set at 38.3 mil, and this requires 88 defense to use. Zuriel's has similar stats to Tectonic, being approximately 3% weaker than the set, and it's a great value if you can augment it. Zuriel's has no life point or prayer bonus and degrades to dust. The full set of Zuriel's includes an 83 magic bonus. And finally we have the last set, which is Tectonic at 62.7 mil, and this requires 90 defense to use. Tectonic is the best DPS armor in the game, being 14% better than Virtus and 3% better than Zuriel's, but it also degrades to dust. You can increase the value of Tectonic if you have Invention unlocked. Tectonic armor includes a 7 prayer bonus and 86 magic. Our first set of tank gear for Magic is the Aram set at 2.4 mil, and this requires 70 defense to use. Aram's armor includes a 4.2% PVM damage reduction, and it's a cheap set of starter armor. Griffolic armor is also a cheap alternative for level 60. Up from here we have Ganodermic at 2.2 mil, and this includes a 7.5% PVM damage reduction. Ganodermic requires 75 defense to use, and it's a cheap set of invention gear that you can disassemble. Up from here we have Sea Singers at 5 mil, and this includes a 4.98 to 5.1 PVM damage reduction. Sea Singers requires 85 defense to use, and a superior set can be unlocked from ports. This is useful for learning or tanking bosses. Sea Singer stands out with a very hefty life point bonus and prayer bonus if you have unlocked the superior set from player-owned ports. And finally we have the best tank gear, Primeval, and this provides a 9% PVM damage reduction. This requires 90 defense to use, and it's a rare drop from raids or can be purchased with raids currency. This is very useful for high-end bossing, like Telos and tanking roles. And finally, I'm including this only for completionist's sake, but we have the Superior Elite Void set, and this provides a 3% boost to accuracy and a 7% boost to damage. This is only useful if you do not have Invention. You can use this at bosses like Rax and AOD. Magic capes are very straightforward, and there are two options that are very easy to get. Going from left to right we have the Obsidian Cape, we have Capes of Accomplishment in the Lunar Cape, Max Cape, God Capes, the Cal Meg Cape, and finally the Completionist Cape. You have a ton of options in the necklace slot. Going from left to right, we have Glory, Dragon Rider, Blood Fury, Fury Trimmed, Forsaken, Ceridome and Hiss, Arcane Stream and Arcane Blood, Amulet of Souls, and Amulet of Souls Ornate. If you are following the magic gearing guide, you should be starting out with a Lunar Amulet, and this provides a nice plus 30 bonus to magic. Dragon Rider Amulet is also worth mentioning as a free quest item that provides a 10% bonus to Dragon Breath. A very cheap high-end option for magic would be Ceridome's Hiss, and this provides a plus 36 bonus to magic. I would advise you to start off with one of these cheaper amulets and start completing Reaper tasks to unlock an Amulet of Souls. We have two situational necklaces to take a look at. The first is the Reaper necklace, and this provides a stacking buff to accuracy up to 3% on monsters, and this is useful to help achieve 100% accuracy. We also have the Amulet of Zealots, and this is useful if you lack tier 95 or better prayers. The Amulet of Zealots increases the effectiveness of single stat prayers. Gloves are very straightforward. Going from left to right, we have Lunar, Superior Skeletal, Subjugation, Virtus, and Celestial Hand Wraps. We have three situational gloves to take a look at, and the first are the Spellcaster gloves. These gloves give a small chance to increase outgoing damage while also lowering the stats of the monster you are fighting. These gloves also have the ability to reduce incoming damage. These are a free set of tier 80 gloves unlocked from the Dominion Tower. Second, we have the Cinderbane gloves, and these are a set of hybrid gloves that add a poison damage over time on the monster you are fighting. And third, we have the Death Touch bracelet, and this provides a 1 in 5 chance of reflecting 25 to 50% damage onto a monster. For tank gloves, we have Static at 1.7 PVM reduction, Sea Singers at 1.7 PVM reduction, and Acto at 1.8. We have a few rings to take a look at. Your first ring should be the Seer's Ring, which gives a plus 17 bonus. You can upgrade this to the 6th stage circuit later on, and if you've done mobilizing armies, you can upgrade that to a Seer's Ring imbued with plus 25. When you've completed the Broken Homes quest, you're going to get the Asylum Surgeon's Ring, and this is going to be your best in slot damage ring. The three situational rings that you're going to want to take a look at are the Luck of the Dwarves to increase drop chance as a boss is about to die, the Ring of Vigor if you're going to use an ultimate ability to save 10% adrenaline, and the Ring of Death to save on death reclaim costs. The upgrade path for boots is very straightforward, starting out with the free set of Lunar Boots at plus 9 magic. You can skip over Superior Skeletal unless you're an Iron Man and you want to boost. Subjugation and Virtus will get you by for every boss in Runescape, leaving only Hailfire boots for top-end PVMers due to their repair costs. For tanking boots, we have Ganodermic, Sea Singer, Ragefire, and Acto. There are three auras that you're going to want to take a look at for magic, and you're going to want to prioritize left to right. The first that you're going to want to pick up is the Maniacal aura, and this costs 50k loyalty points. Maniacal boosts damage, accuracy, and magic level by 10%. As a result of this increase, you will receive 15% more magic, range, and melee damage. When Maniacal is on cooldown, you're going to want to use Runic Accuracy, and this costs 107k loyalty points for the entire set. This will boost your accuracy and magic by 3 to 10%. And if both of those are on cooldown, you're going to want to take a look at Dark Magic, and this costs 42.5k loyalty points, and this adds a corrupting damage dot onto the monster you are fighting. In the pocket slot for Scrimshaws, we have two options, the first being the Scrimshaw of the Elements, and this increases your magic damage anywhere from 5 to 6.66%. A lesser option is the Scrimshaw of Magic, and this increases your accuracy by 2 to 4%. You can use this to help reach 100% accuracy on bosses like Rax and Nyx. A slightly better option in the pocket slot can be the Illuminated Godbooks. These provide the same passive bonus to magic and prayer, but have different damage on proc percentages. The Book of Law is the best you can buy, but the Book of Chaos is not too far behind it. There are two more pocket slot items worth taking a look at. The first is the Berserk Blood Essence, and this is useful without overloads. This essence boosts offensive stats by 14% plus 2, making stat boosts over 136 possible. If you have it unlocked, the Attacker's Insignia from Barbarian Assault is useful when you have 100% hit chance. It creates a 500 damage bleed times 4 on proc. There are a few options in the ammo slot. First we have the Wicked Pouch, and this costs 20k loyalty points. It uses runic energy to cast spells, and it degrades to dust. We also have the Small Rune Pouch, and this can hold 16,000 of 2 different sets of runes. And the upgrade to this is the Large Rune Pouch, which does the exact same thing but holds 3 sets of runes. These pouches are useful to free up inventory spaces for other items. There are a lot of options in the shield slot. Going from left to right, we have the Dragonfire Ward, the Crystal Ward, Subjugation, Spectral, Arcane, Farseer, Attuned Crystal Ward, and Merciless. If you're looking for some options, the Spectral Spirit Shield is extremely cheap and provides very nice stats. Arcane Spirit Shield and Merciless are going to be your top-end shields for PvM. The Arcane Spirit Shield will reduce a ton of damage at the cost of prayer points, and Merciless provides the best PvM damage reduction and life point boost. You can also choose to upgrade your Dragon Defender to a set of Rebounders or Lantern. Starting out at tier 70, we have the Barrows Blighted Rebounder, then the tier 80 Arcane Lantern, and finally tier 90 Calphite Rebounder. Defenders of all type act as a shield half their tier and allow use of dual wielding and shield abilities. These boost accuracy by 3% and have a 1 in 15 chance to reduce an attack by 50 to 100% while also boosting the accuracy of the next attack by 20%. There are a ridiculous amount of weapons for magic, and deciding what to use before you have money from Noxious or better can be a little bit of a problem. Magic weapons include only accuracy, as they draw most of their power from the spells that are being cast. The most important thing for your damage will be the spell you are using and the tier of the weapon that you have equipped. That being said, not everyone is going to be able to run out and buy a Staff of Sliske, so let me break down some of the value options in each tier range. From tier 82 to 92, we have a few options worth mentioning. All of the new Limitless stats will be your cheapest and best options starting out in this tier. They are made from upgrading elemental staffs and cost roughly 5.7 mil each. From this point, you can upgrade to a Staff of Darkness for 29 mil, or hold out for Obliteration at tier 87 for 26 mil. If you have Invention unlocked, the Superior Zuriel Staff has virtually identical stats to Noxious for only 16 mil. Jumping down a tier, we have even more options. At tier 70, Blisterwood or Crystal Staff are decent options locked behind quest requirements. At tier 75, you'll want to take a look at the Staff of Light or the Polypore Staff. If you boosted your account's runecrafting level to start out with, a Greater Runic Staff from Runespan is a great weapon to use. You can choose to skip over the Armadillo Battle Staff and use the Sun Spear once you have the quest completed, and you can ride that all the way to tier 82. Dual wielding magic is a little bit more manageable. At tier 70, the Wand of Treachery is the cheapest option. You can upgrade to the Abyssal Wand at tier 75, and then upgrade that to the Virtus Wand at tier 80. At tier 85, you probably will not have the Kaiba unlocked from player-owned ports, so you'll want to take a look at the Wand of the Elders, which has tier 80 damage and tier 90 accuracy. This will leave you with only the Seismic and Praisal Wands. Your upgrade options for offhands is pretty much the exact same thing as the main hand counterparts. You can start off at tier 70 with the Aram's Book, then work over to tier 75 with the Abyssal Orb. You can upgrade this to the Virtus Book at tier 80, and then upgrade that to the Orb of the Elders at tier 85. At tier 90 and 92, you get to the point where a Noxious Staff is close to the price of the offhand weapon for Dual Mage, so you'll want to decide what to invest in based on the state of magic DPS at the time you are upgrading your gear. And the final thing worth mentioning, besides the fact that a Sun Spear is an excellent planted feat switch, is the Guthic Staff. The Guthic Staff has a special attack called Claws of Guthics, and this lowers the target's defense by 5%. You can unlock this by casting Divine Storm 100 times on mages inside the Mage Arena. This is an extremely useful weapon for high-end bossing. That's it for this one. Until next time, Taki out.